Hey friends, it's Just the Gems. I'm Brandon. So this week, NIS America sent me a copy of the collector's edition of Reynatis, their upcoming action JRPG from developer Furyu, which is one of my favorite JRPG developers working today. So I was really excited to get a chance to unbox this collector's edition for you. So we're going to do that here in just a minute. But in case you're not aware of what Reynatis is, you haven't seen any of the trailers, I'll put some trailer footage here as I talk, just so you can get a sense for what the game's going for. But it's an action RPG that takes place in Shibuya in Japan, modern day Tokyo sort of situation. And it's a world where wizards and witches exist alongside humanity, but there's what seems to be kind of an oppressive force in the society at large that's kind of holding the wizards down, like they're not allowed to use their powers in public, and there's this whole government task force that's, you know, entrusted with keeping order, keeping the wizards in line. So in this game, you control two different characters, essentially. There is Maureen, who is a college student, and a wizard who is really wanting to be the strongest wizard in the world for reasons that become clear as you play through the game. And then there's Sari, who is a member of the MEA, which is this organization that is tasked with keeping order in the world when it comes to wizards and making sure that magicians are keeping their powers suppressed. So the story, the scenario is really intriguing. The basic premise is maybe something that you've heard before, but the angle that this story is approached is really unique and really cool. The scenario is written by Kazushige Nojima, who is one of my favorite JRPG writers out there working today. It's got a soundtrack by Yoko Shimomura, so it's just got amazing music. The artwork is just gorgeous. I have a lot of things that I want to say about this game, but that's for a later date. For now, let's talk about this collector's edition, because as with most NIS America collector's editions, there's a lot of cool stuff packed into a relatively small box, and it's pretty fantastic. I'm recording this intro after I already did the unboxing, so I already know, guys. I'm sorry. We're not going to experience it together. I've already seen it, and it's cool. So stick around, watch the unboxing. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And by the way, if you wouldn't mind liking the video just to help out with the algorithm, and subscribing if you're not subscribed, then you'll be sure to catch my full review of Reynatis when I drop that in a couple of days. So anyway, on to the unboxing. So what do you say we take a look at this collector's edition? Now, thanks, of course, is owed to NIS America for sending me this to unbox for you all. I think, man, I don't know, this is gorgeous. This artwork, I need to look up who the character designer is, who the artist is for this game. I'll put it somewhere here. Put it right here. And the artwork in this game, the character artwork, is just amazing. I love this box. It feels really premium. Feels very full too. It's very nice and tightly packed. Love this sort of thing. NIS America, they do a really phenomenal job just in general of putting out really classy and compact and appealing collector's editions for relatively little money. I mean, if games are going for $70 nowadays and they're putting out collector's editions for under 120, I don't remember exactly. I'll put the price of this one right here. I'll put it right here. But for that price, it's just like really cool that they're doing stuff like this. So let's get in here. We've got the plastic wrap. You know, one thing I love is watching YouTube videos where they're going to unbox something, whether it's a shipment from, you know, a game store or a collector's edition or whatever. And they're like, all right, let's bust into it. And then they whip out this like gigantic, like Bowie knife, like just the most serial killer looking knife that you can imagine. I don't know if this qualifies. This is just a little box cutter, but we're going to carefully. Oh, that's sharp. That's just like butter. Oh, that's like butter. I know I don't have to be this precious with it, but it's actually kind of fun. What does that say about me? Okay. Plastic. Be gone. You aren't needed anymore. Oh, for home device. I forgot to mention this. I love to joke about this every time I see it. For home device. Focus for me, come on. For home device. Do not use this at work. Okay. Oh. Loving it. Look at that. Look at that. There's something exciting and enticing about busting open one of these collector's editions and seeing the tops of all these things and just being like, yes, quite. All right, so let's start with the game because I think we all expect that to be in here, right? We have the deluxe edition, Reynatis. I love, again, that artwork is just gorgeous. I just think it's gorgeous. Very, very cool stuff. So I don't know what's in the deluxe edition. Let's bust that open too. Because from what I understand, the deluxe edition, you can buy this on its own. You can buy the deluxe edition without the collector's edition. You can get this. So let's see what's in here. Let's see what's in here. Oh, we're gonna hide that. We're gonna hide that so I don't have to blur it the whole time. But we get the digital soundtrack. We get a mini art book. Flip real quick, avoid spoilers. Okay. So that's nice. That's nice. That's out of the way. Well, let's see what's next. We have the Reynatis original mini soundtrack. More cool artwork here on the front. Mini soundtrack. What does mini mean? Let's open this up. I gotta stop. This is so... I don't like blades. I'm scared of weapons. Okay. Come on. Okay. Let's see what we have. Well, we've got 6 tracks. That's a little bit of a bummer. I would love a more complete soundtrack, especially because we've got music here by Yoko Shimomura. I just realized, look at my watch tan. Isn't that terrible? Look at that. I'm just realizing that, and rather than hiding it in shame, I'm just gonna put it out there for the world to see. Ugh. 1 second. Okay, that's better. Like, let's cover that shame up. Get that watch on there. Like, my skin is whiter than this. It's whiter than the white band. Anyway, so we've got Reynatis mini soundtrack. Yoko Shimomura, just a brilliant composer, one of the best video game composers of all time. Very much deserves all the praise she gets. All of the game soundtracks she makes are just astonishing. Reynatis is no exception. I'll have more to say on that soon. All right, let's get back into it. All right, what do we got? Okay, we've got the Reynatis original art book. Again, look at this art. This is just like, man alive, just so freaking cool. Let me look through this and see if there's anything spoilery. Not really. Let me just go to the first couple of pages here, just so you can get a sense. Like some of this artwork in here. Characters, as you'd expect. Our 2 main protagonists and some of the other characters. Just, wow. I love that cover. It reminds me a little bit of The House in Fata Morgana, if you are familiar with that visual novel. Just the art style of that game. Something about this picture is very reminiscent of that. Oh, I'm shaking the camera. Apologize for the seasickness. Okay, and I think there's one more item in here. Oh, maybe 2. Okay, what is this? Ah, we have the frequently included nowadays acrylic standee. Now, this actually, so I've said in the past how I'm not the biggest fan of acrylic standees. These are, I feel a little bit differently about. These are thicker, sturdier. They're not these little individual characters that you're having to put onto little plastic stands. These are beefy boys. Let me get this out here. Yeah. So you can see here, this is a nice, like, print. It's a nice art print. Yeah. Okay. So that will stand up nicely. Will display. You can't really see that, but that's what it looks like. So yes, I am quite happy. If this is the direction companies want to go with their acrylic standee things, like, I like this quite a bit. This is nice. Get a little 3D effect without just the tiny little breakable pieces. I am so scared to put those things together, and then I feel like they fall over all the time, and I'm just not the biggest fan, but this is great. Okay, now I think we're down to the last thing here, and that is this. What is this? I actually don't know. I did not look. Oh, see this art. This art is just freaking rad. It's just rad as heck. Pardon my French. That's rad as heck. Let's get into this. Okay, like I said, I still do not know what this is. What am I looking at here? Is this just like a... like you just set it up? It's just a little divider? Or a little... I don't... what would it be dividing? I don't know. Divider's not the right word. But just like a large piece of art? What is this? I guess it's supposed to be like a triangle, maybe? You like set it up like this, and then you've got different picture on all sides. That's pretty cool. Even if I don't fully understand what it is, I still think this is pretty rad. I am very into this. They leaned on the right things with this collector's, but that was it, right? Yeah. They leaned on the right stuff with this collector's edition, because the art is one of the, like, the illustrations in this game are one of the really most visually striking things that it has going for it. And yeah, this is doing a great job of highlighting that aspect of the game. Now, I have started playing. I don't know how far I am into it at this point. 4 or 5 hours into the game. I think I'm up into like chapter 8. I have no idea how many chapters there are, so that's kind of a meaningless thing. But hey, how's it going? So I'm a few hours in, but I'm gonna have some more thoughts and impressions for you before long. Early next week, I should have my full review out, and I'm looking forward to sharing my thoughts on this game with you then. So anyway, until next time, bye.